tubers running through the yard here, through the driveway, whatever. So yeah, working on the black M2D. Got somebody maybe interested in it, so went ahead and I'm back here messing with it. Yeah, so if you guys go way back and look at one of my videos and see where it shows that plug that was in there, it's actually the right plug that was for it. I didn't know that, but I do now. But I know why it wasn't completely seated, because I'd say this mower has never run right since it was brand new. Yeah, the plug that I put in it was a short plug, and it made it run. It never ran right. Then I put this other plug that I just went and got today and stuck it in there. It's RC12YC or something like that. So I stuck that in there. It wouldn't seat all the way. It could probably only go in about a third of the way and then just stop, like just dead stop. It wouldn't go no further, and it was just stuck stop, like it was seated, but it wasn't. It wouldn't even go down and actually squish the little washer on the back of the plug. Well, like I said, it was the correct plug, the first one that I pulled out, stuck the short one in there, and now I got the real plug in there, what's supposed to be in it, and I got it fixed. But I can tell you what's wrong with it, but I've got it all back together now. But what I ended up having to do is basically tap, or like re-tap the threads in the head where the plug goes. There was only threads in there about that far, basically long enough for one of those little short plugs, and that was it. There was no other threads in there all the way into where the head is supposed to go, you know, where the whole end of the head. So the fuel had to go up that little tube where the plug was at, you know, for the hole there, and then ignite there and then go into the cylinder. That's why she never ran right. It just didn't seem to run right, and it went through the carb, fixed this stupid thing. I went and got a thread chaser that's the same size as the plugs. And this thing here, I've had this because the cylinder head is real tight around through there. I'll show you this. I don't know how much you guys will be able to see on my light dealy. Okay, so back in there is the plug. You can see her back in there. Okay, so on this side, there's barely enough room to actually put the socket in there. And then this thing is actually a little bigger than a plug. If you look at this, this is the end that goes into the plug for that size plug. This is a whole lot bigger. But like I said, I had this. What I ended up doing is I put a screwdriver slot in the back of it, so that way I could put a flathead screwdriver in there, and I put a big honker on there. Had this big monster on there because it has a little dealy there, so I can hook a pair of vice grips on it. So went through, basically retapped, chased the threads, because this is basically a thread chaser tapper kind of thing. I mean, it's not exactly what needs to be used, but yeah, now the plug seats all the way in there where it's supposed to go, and she doesn't run bad. I need to go through, pull it out here, and get the final cleanup on it. She does smoke because I had grease on that little tappy deal, and was using carburetor cleaner and lubricant and whatnot to keep those threads clean as I was going through there. Probably took me 35 minutes, 40 minutes to go through there and clean those threads out to make it to where I could use it. And now I think she's okay. But I'm going to go through the carburetor one more time to make for sure that it's cleaned out, because it has been sitting, had been running for a while. So I'm going to go through it one more time, make sure she's nice and clean the way she's supposed to be, and get this thing cleaned up and put back together so I can get rid of this damn thing. So yeah, that's the way she's going, guys. Let's get this thing out of here. Okay, let's see if I can get this in before the camera dies. So what I got here is working on this black M2D. So yeah, got some issues here. So I pulled this off of here. This is the throttle, guys. You know, this is the rest of the box here. Let me show you on the other one. Okay, too, so see the throttle that we got going on here? That's the way she's supposed to look on this one. So what I'm going to do is show you the inside in here. So if I can get the light up in here. So these have this box assembly that's right here. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to look like. This cable does not slide in and out, okay? Okay, so here's one of those assemblies that's supposed to go up there like this, and the actual lever goes inside in here and it rocks back and forth. Well, if you look on the end of this, you can kind of see here where there's like a little piece that's supposed to be crimped on there. So here's a little piece that's supposed to be crimped on there. You can see it where it's got the little crimpy deals in there. Well, this thing was actually slid off and sitting up in this housing, and this was just kind of flopping around in there, not attached to anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take and make up a little bit of an epoxy, stick on this thing, let it dry out, and then assemble it all back together. You don't want to crimp too hard on these cables, because then you won't be able to move these things. Then they'll be stuck. And if you use epoxy like what I'm going to do, you're going to have to be careful also, because it'll actually seize up between here and here, and then it'll be stuck again. So you just got to be careful. Okay, tubers, here she is. So got a couple of little bits and pieces that I got to fine tune. Got the battery on charge. I don't know if she's going to take a charge or not. Yeah. So I've got to get a couple of these little bolts that fit in here. I have one. The other ones weren't on the machine when I got it. So I got to get those. I got to get a bolt for this because it's just kind of sitting there for now. The cable, I finally got it fixed. So the cable's fine. What I found is somebody actually put the cable up here instead of down there where it's at now, because the cable's down here now. It's putting too much stress on the line and it kept pulling it apart. So this has got the 15 horse Kohler in it. Real nice machine, guys. New belts, blades, yeah, belts, blades, spindles, coil, all brand new. Tires are fairly new. I mean, you can actually see the little nubblies that's on there, so they're not very old. Same with this one. And you see the little nubblies, and this is on the tread, guys, right just on the edge. Okay. So these tires don't have a lot of miles on them. She's a good machine, guys. I really do think it'll make somebody a nice machine. So yeah.